Oh, right. Yeah. So this is a PayPal from David. We got some more Rush. Natural Science. I did click on another one, but it was 20 minutes. So I'm going to save that for the last one of David's few selections. I think he said he sent four. But yeah, Natural Science. 97. So yeah, let's go. That was grungy.
When the ebbing tide retreats along the rocky shoreline, it leaves a trail of tidal pools in a short-lived galaxy. Each microcosmic planet, a complete society. A simple kind of mirror to reflect upon our own. All the busy little creatures chasing out their destinies, living in their pools, they soon forget about the sea. Patterns are dumb and complex. Time after time, we lose sight of the way. God just can't see the facts.
I thought it was going to be. That was the fastest 8 minute song I've ever. I don't mean the tempo of the song either. I mean that went by so quick. I thought they was going to go to black, and then that was incredible. Do you know what? As well, I noticed. To be fair, that was just too much deliciousness for 8 minutes. To be fair, Alex was on, but Geddy, they're all incredible. They're all incredible. But Geddy is like a fairy tale narrator. I think that's how I'd sum him up, especially in the beginning. He reminds me of like a medieval bard with a little bit of wizard thrown in. But Dave was doing a lot of like kind of more what you'd say would be like there were certain bits that reminded me of like real more standard rock for a little bit, like little guitar, like it would just chop into something and it would be like you could say it was like some things I was thinking that sounds well Arctic Monkeys. Then it's like definitely punk. There was a lot of like this felt like when the Beatles do something like I Want You She's So Heavy, which the Beatles are famous for short songs. Really, they're not. If it's 3 minutes, that's a long Beatles song. But you had all the Doors and these bands around at the time, and then the Beatles released something like I Want You She's So Heavy, and it's a longer song, and it's incredible. And it's kind of like the Beatles going, look, we can do it too. I feel like there was moments in this song where that's what Rush was doing. We can rock too. We can do them, but it's like they'd be standard for as long as Rush can last being standard for, and they'd go wild, wild. It was like even in the beginning, grunge. It was like it was like a bit of a nod to the grunge boys, but then saying like, but this is how we do it because you had the kind of slow and effect of Alex's guitar, the effect on Alex's guitar. But it was the little notes he was flicking in that just gave it like a more classic, um, different vibe to. Like actually at the beginning, when it was just the chords running, it gave me a vibe of Rooster, Alice in Chains. It gave me an Alice in Chains, but then they was throwing in little flicks and things that just took you away from that. Then Geddy comes in. Neil was awesome as well. Gotta say, Neil was awesome throughout all of this. How they managed to stay, some of them changes was just madness. Madness. There was one when they went like halftime, but the way they transitioned into the bit before into that, it's like they all come to a point, then it switched. Neil switched. Ah, this was awesomeness. This was awesomeness in its most perfect form, I'd say. That was incredible. That was incredible. To be fair as well, I enjoy. I was enjoying the beginning. I actually wasn't needing the drop into the real rock side of it. Um, but yeah, I wish I could explain that better. That they was just like pulling out these like things that you'd say is typical rock chord progressions, but maybe for like one bar or two, and then they rush it up, rush the life out of it. That's what they was doing. But it just felt like a bit like, all right, just because we do all this smart stuff, don't think we can match you for what you do too. That's what it felt like to me, and I loved it. I loved it. Because yeah, it went bang, and they're like, it's like a punk tune at one point. There was so much in this, so much in this. Like if I say there was standardized rock riffs, there was probably about 30 in the space of 20 minutes. In the space of 2 minutes, with singing. The Geddy's vocals as well. Geddy's vocals when he switches, and he's got that thing, like if you watch Game of Thrones and they're riding somewhere and they're singing, what's the maiden, um like there's just little songs, like, and they're kind of like the men will sing them all as they're riding somewhere, or like people just will sing a little ditty in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Egg sings a song, the Blackfire Bastards, and all this. It reminds me of that. He reminds me of that kind of vibe, like he's writing medieval um, tunes, basically, that they would sing back then. But it's just his voice, the way it is like a poem or a fairy tale or a nursery rhyme or something like that, because it's the consistent pattern of the words and the way he sings it. And also, Geddy sounds like a character. He sounds like a character in a fantasy thing. He sounds like he is narrating and the character in a fantasy thing. And um, Alex, his bass, and Neil are the background of, I don't know, Geddy's adventures. But yeah, and technically it would be Neil's adventures because the lyrics on Ben. That's what I mean. The band's just incredible, and incredible. That was incredible. But yeah, that's the reaction.